what makes a good map and how you can make your own good map. So some of these people out here that have had GIS experience, what are some things that make a really good map? Can you give me some examples? Anybody?
Well, it helps to have a key.
A
So
key?
that you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Like, what can identify like different points in the map.
So you're trying to figure out what the purpose of the map is. Anything else? Anybody think of?
Scale.
Scale, so you know how big the area is that you're referencing, so it makes a little bit more sense. Anybody else?
North arrow.
North arrow, so you kind of get your orientation. Those are some of the basic things that you would, the little basics that you would want to have on your map to give people an idea so they can look at your map and put it into reference in the real world. So what am I actually looking at and how do I make sense of this? And then we can try to decide what it is your map is showing us. So this is a map that I wanted to throw up that, I mean, it's okay. It serves a purpose.
Does anybody recognize this map?
Well,
Generally.
sort of.
Who do you think this came from?
I have an idea in my head.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
We have a volunteer that helps, that likes to help with Massasauga stuff, and he's done a lot of his own research, and he's mapped it, which is great, because, it provides a reference, but you look at this, and it's very hard to interpret, and what if you wanted to continue mapping on this map? And you found a spot of snake, because these are representing snakes, each one of these dots. Well, what if you found more, and you're just going to start cluttering it up, and it's not going to work out so well. And that's why, one of the reasons why GIS was created, so you can put a lot of that data in, and you can have multiple locations. We can even spread it out. We can zoom in to look at each individual spots, and we don't know what a lot of this is for, so we can put all of that explanation in one area. We'll keep going here. Here's another map that was part of a URGE report. Who can tell me why this map isn't so great? Anybody have any ideas?
There's no way to tell me what anything means.
That, I didn't take anything out of the caption or title. This is literally what it said. This is figure 1. We don't know, I know what that shape is because I work here and I deal with a lot of maps. This is Brewster Lake, but who else out here besides people that work here knew that that was Brewster Lake? Probably nobody. Probably nobody even knew that that was a lake. And what are these dots? What do they represent? So this is some of the stuff that we can go through, and you can start learning the basics and what makes really good figures. This map, somewhat better, at least has a title and tells you what it's kind of for. I know both Sarah and I had to look up that word and figure out what it meant, because Sarah knew that it was a ballet term, and turns out it's also an ecological term as well, but it's very unclear and just kind of cluttered, and so it needed a little work. And this is one of the things that I've seen a lot when people turn in maps for their URGE projects. They'll take our PDF off of our website, put it into PowerPoint, and just draw a bunch of circles around on it. That gets the point across, but the point that we're trying to introduce you to GIS and use the software and learn how to map, which we want to give you the opportunity to learn and do something a little bit more professional and grow your skill set a little bit more. So those are the bad maps. Now these are some good maps. Now Hannah made this map last year. Hannah did a project on woodpeckers, and she did woodpecker prints, and so for inspiration she was out searching for all different kinds of woodpeckers on the property, and we showed her how to use a GPS unit, enter a bunch of data, and she produced this really cool map showing all the different species of woodpeckers she found and where they are on the property. So I really liked this map. It had all the information on it. It had the north arrow, the scale, everything made pretty good sense to me. So that was one of our good map examples. This is another one that was a pretty good map that was produced last year by a team that was looking into purple loosestrife. So they have individuals and areas where purple loosestrife was on the property. You can see where the property line was, everything else is very clear. And another good example. And then this is my final example of a really good map that was made for Brad Swanson's master's student. This one did a good job of honing in on your location in the state of Michigan, on the property, and then even zooming in to other locations on the property. All the symbols are clearly marked as to what they are, and then even described further in the caption. So this is the level of mapping that we want to give you the opportunity to do and show you, and it's really simple, and we'll walk through it step by step with each one of you. And then when we're talking about your data, we want to give you an example of how to organize your data. There's many ways to do it, and we have one way that we think works really well here, and we'll show you the process, how to group it together, how to save it, how to share it, and then how to explain it. And so when we come and we'll talk together and we'll work through those packets of how to create all of your data and how to organize it. And then also we have equipment here available for you to use. We have 2 different styles of GPS units if you need them. And we have the ArcGIS software and a workstation that is over in the education building. It's in my office. It's just a computer that's freed up for you to use GIS on and to do your projects. And another thing that I wanted to mention that you might also want to consider, if you have your own personal laptops and you think you might want to put that software on there to use on your own, a lot of universities have student versions that are available, or you can even get them online. You can request a code and just download it from the website, and if that's something that you want to do, you can ask your university, or you can come to me and we can do it together, and you can have it so you can work on it whenever, not just when the building's open. So that's another option. So and that's about it. You have this map in your packet as well, and I think it's time to go on the tour coming up. So I wanted to give you all a look at the map and where we are at the Visitor Center. We did the education building tour. You're going to go tour the residence, which is Meadow Lodge is here. That's where you'll all be staying this summer. There's nice trails for you to hike on if you want to hike instead of drive every day. We really encourage that. They're nice trails held up by Kyle, and we can reduce all the traffic on the road. And also, then there's the research lab down here, which where most of you will have your lab space or over in the education building. So we're going to go on those tours, and I don't know if Sarah,